Hello everyone, you're watching Cricket Calling. I'm your host Indraneel Basu. They say all is well, then ends well. So ending uh, was a picture perfect for Kolkata Knight Riders last night. But what about Sunrisers Hyderabad? I mean, I was advocating for it from the very beginning because cricket is, remember, is a battle between bat and ball. So I wanted Rajasthan versus KKR playing the final. It wouldn't have been so easy peasy for the Kolkata Knight Riders. They knew it. They knew it from the time they entered. In fact, Sunil Nare admitted to it. He said, the moment I entered, I got that feeling of 2012. I think they won their first title in Chennai. I mean, they had prepared their jerseys also, champions. So they knew it deep down inside that they could upstage the SRH team. SRH, I mean, no doubt about it. They have been a super team. I mean, the way they battled, they really changed the thinking of T20 cricket. But on a big game, you need big players to function. And they depend a lot on these top order and then Klassen, these three players, basically Abhishek, Travis Head, and Abhishek, and of course, Klassen and reclassing. But that every day can't be your day, right? I mean, but KKR was too powerful, and the fact that they really peaked at the right time, which Rajasthan Royals couldn't do it, that's probably the reason they didn't play the final. But an ideal final, again, I repeat, would have been between KKR and Rajasthan. Joining us today, we have Mr. Archiman Bhaduri, senior assistant editor with the Times of India, sitting in Kolkata. He'll tell us what is happening in Kolkata, what sort of celebration are planned. He has taken all the information out from the KKR camp. I hope you've done that before you write it for tomorrow's paper. There must be something, some dance show, street party, something would be happening. It's ideal condition, outside for a party during the daytime. You need a lot of drink. And we have Shakya Mitra, sports marketing expert, young man. He said a lot of good things about this year's IPL, about good things about teams, players, the environment. But straight to Calcutta, the IPL winners. Mr. Bhaduri,
Yes,
how are you feeling? You must be a proud man. You covered most of their matches, especially in night matches, because
yes,
you
and
need a lot
I,
of characters who actually pen down the match report within split second.
yeah, that's another challenge of IPL, because
Yes.
our deadlines are clashing with the ending of the IPL matches, and most of the time the matches are, changing at the last moment also. So it's very difficult to write a copy beforehand. Also, in the last over, last ball, matches are changing. So.
Yeah.
Covering IPL is also very challenging. It's not only the players who have been challenged on the field, but the media people on the press boxes are also facing challenges for IPL. But that's the excitement. That's the excitement of IPL that we all look forward to. The players, the fans, the media, everybody. That's it. And I have always been telling you from the beginning that this KKR team has it to go all the way. So had it
True.
been not that
No,
they've
I
not
thought
got
you're
the.
biased. I thought you're biased because you're
Yeah,
sitting in
I
Calcutta.
know, I know you are say about that, but it's not that I have any special love for KKR just because I cover KKR matches. But as I have the opportunity to follow them closely, I have the feeling over the last few years and this year, this team is different from the last few years. There's a vibe, there's a momentum they have got from the very beginning, which they kept rolling. And if you see that their whole campaign is more or less went in a steady manner. It's not that very up and down they went. Sometimes they are doing very well, sometimes they are doing very bad. It's not like that. The matches they have lost also, they have lost very closely. So it's that way. KKR has been the most consistent side also, no matter
Yeah.
how well they do it, but they are very consistent. Means even in their loss, they have been consistent. Means they have put up a decent show to lose also. That is so. So they fully deserve the thing. They fully deserve the thing, and they have a very well balanced team, which actually helped them this
What
time.
is the party scene? What is the party scene today tonight?
The
I mean,
party
they
scene,
had a party
party
last
scene.
night.
The weather actually has ruined the party scene. The cyclone has hit
One score.
Calcutta last night, and today it's been raining throughout. So the whole focus has gone to cyclone. The media, the news media, the visual media, the TV has been covering all the cyclone spots actually. So I will say that it's anticlimax for Calcutta because the win came at a time when all the focus is at a different level. We are focusing on a total different. So it's a very lukewarm response from media, at least from this time, and even the fans are also not been able to go out and enjoy. Otherwise, they would have gone out at the middle of the night to bust crackers and this that I have seen in 2012, 2014 also. In the middle of the night when I am returning home, the whole street is in a party mood. The crackers are finding, people are exchanging abirs and colors on each other. So that is missing. That was missing today because of the weather this time, and even today the weather is very bad. So I don't see many things to be happening. And generally the team comes back and at the Eden Gardens and have a interaction with the fans. There's a celebration which all the players come down, but I don't think that is happening also this time because players are going for the T20 World Cup. It's around the corner. So most of the players of KKR, means the foreign contingent mainly, will not be there. They will be leaving soon. Only the Indian players might be there, but I don't see them coming over now because the weather is not very suitable. And
And why will you see them? That's also a thing which came to my mind just now, because there is hardly any Kolkata in that Kolkata Knight Riders.
that's very true. That's very true. And it has been like that from the word go, from the first edition itself. You used
I
to
would say,
have only one or
Knight Riders, making Knight Riders based out of Calcutta. Why are you saying
that,
Kolkata?
there has been like that with throughout
No, I'm
the
surprised
season.
BB has not taken this up.
uh, this should be, but it has not been there for the means for over the years, over the seasons. KKR has been like
Yeah.
this. They've been playing with like most of the players. Now, not even net bowlers don't get many opportunities to bowl at the KKR camp. So it's
What is
very
this,
strange.
man? Very
Very
strange. So
very
Knight
strange.
Riders, I won't call it Kolkata Knight Riders. I'll say the Knight Riders. So Knight Riders are not following the catchment principle.
Catchment
Shakya.
area, the catchment area rules and everything, nothing is there. So, but still, with the name, with the Kolkata associated with it, it drives some passion from the people, and that's why they are
This is
doing
not
so.
right. This is not pretty.
And when
This is not pretty.
your success needs no explanation. So it's not the time to talk about all these things. It's total success for the team now.
No. I will talk about it. Why not? I want to see some Kolkata guys there. Shakya, your thoughts?
My friends and family, as you can see from my surname, I'm also of that breed as well. But my friends and family, they're very excited about Kolkata winning because they are from, they want, in spite of no Kolkata or Bengal players being there, they're very happy that Kolkata Knight Riders has won. But no, I agree with Ochimanda's points on on them being very consistent throughout the tournament. I think they played one bad match against Chennai, but those two matches they lost in the first round.
You're not audible. You're not audible. Lost your audio. You have to rejoin. No problem. But Ochida, coming back to the ideal final, I thought Rajasthan would have been a better side.
Yeah, if you are talking about balance, Rajasthan was a better side, no doubt. But you have to also take into consideration that I think uh, 10 of the highest IPL scores have been scored in this IPL only. And
Hmm.
five of those have been made by this KKR and SRH. So
Hmm.
SRH had performed. It's not that they hadn't performed, but I feel that the balance is missing in SRH team. In that way, Rajasthan was a much better balanced team. But I cannot complain actually because they have come through the total tournament, winning and losing and everything. It's not that they have got some buys or something and that's why they are in the final. They have really
Hmm.
earned their place over there. So I don't think you can complain anything about now.
All right, I'm not complaining. Shakya, please complete your thought. You got interrupted because of bad
Yeah,
connection.
I think Kolkata played very consistently throughout the tournament. They had one bad match against Chennai at the Chepauk, ironically. But even those two games they lost against Rajasthan and Punjab, where in the case of Punjab they scored more than 260, in the case of Rajasthan they scored more than 220. These kind of games happen once in a while. I mean, you are allowed a bad day in a very good tournament on the whole. And it was very nice yesterday at the end of the game when Venkatesh Iyer and Varun Chakravarti they went and brought Abhishek Nair into the celebrations, and they said Abhishek Nair had a huge role to play in the setting up of this team, where it in getting the domestic Indian players. Venkatesh Iyer was saying that people talk about the contribution of the foreign players, but sometimes it is not noticed that they have a very good domestic Indian core, and he really took Abhishek Nair's name at that point of time, because we've been giving credit to Gautam Gambhir, and rightly so. Gautam Gambhir put that slogan out that I'll be lifting the trophy on 26th May, and I'm sure that reverberated throughout the team. Chandrakant Pandit is a proven winning coach throughout the IPL, but yes, I think sometimes the other coaches get forgotten. Abhishek Nair, Bharat Arun. I mean, I'm sure he did a wonderful job with Vaibhav Arora and Harshit Rana throughout the tournament. And Bharat Arun's performance as the Indian bowling coach is well known. So on the whole, really well. The whole team did very well, and I think Kolkata. At the time the team was made the auction in December, it looked imbalanced because because they didn't have a lack of an extra wicket keeping option. And then, Phil Salt came in as a replacement player. The moment Phil Salt came in as a replacement player, I felt the team looked a little bit more balanced. And even then, some of the great decisions that they made, promoting Sunil Narayan as an opener, the performance of Varun Chakravarti throughout the tournament. Harshit Rana, he's been spoken of so highly for many years, but he didn't have that, he didn't have the returns so far, but he took about 19 wickets in this IPL, which is fantastic. Everyone's talking very highly of him. Let's hope that translates into better things going forward. So I think the team did very well throughout, and there's no doubt that the best team won. I had no doubts that they are the best team. They played well above themselves yesterday. Hyderabad did not. But I think that let's not take anything away from Hyderabad. I think they've really entertained all of us throughout the tournament. And I think there is no shame in them coming second. I think it's a very honourable second place.
No, it's not honourable. You lowest final. No, I don't agree with you. It's not honourable at all. I mean, let's not believe in that. All those.
They came 10th. They came last year. They came last in 2021. I think they've done quite well. I think there is no shame for them coming.
Well, I mean, they deserved to be in the final, but they were not the deserving finalists. Let's put it that. Let's end the topic.
They were outclassed in the final. I knew they would. I knew Kolkata would win.
All right.
113 was a bit too much of a no contest.
Well, you're saying yourself. Ochida, I want to know from you. I wrote on my blog channel, trickblogger.com, and I wrote that more than KKR winning, it's a big victory for Gautam Gambhir. 6 o'clock is the deadline to apply for the coach. They are already in dialogue. Shah Rukh Khan, to see Naja, to see Naja, But I'm sure if he goes, the gates of KKR will always be open for Gautam Gambhir. 2012, 14, now 24, 10 years. So Gautam, it's a big victory. I mean, everyone is saying about Abhishek Nair. Shakya's talked about it. People are writing that, Chandrakant, Panditji was the one. But Panditji was there last year also, year before last also. Where was KKR? So all of a sudden, we just throw a light on Gambhir adding to that extra edge to the team. And where they are right now, it's amazing, fabulous to see the way KKR has. And it was like a walk in the park, cakewalk, we call it. Strolling in the park, the way they played the final. They knew it. They printed their jerseys. Everything was done in a very systematic way. There was a heat stroke affecting the owner, Shah Rukh Khan, the Bollywood star. He came down. He was right in nick of time, got out of the hospital, went to the stadium. He celebrated. A lot of, everything God wanted. Cricket God wanted KKR to win. But Gautam Gambhir is the biggest winner up from this win. Your thoughts?
Yeah, of course. I think KKR and Gambhir goes a long way back, so they know each other well. So every franchisee has some culture, and you have to get into that thing. Gambhir fits into that
culture. Same Gambhir was told to leave.
Yeah, means I think that things also happen in franchisee league, because all these owners say they are so big in always, not only the team management say. So that's always a thing that has to be handled also. But
Hmm.
Gambhir, what I feel has added this time is some boldness. Gambhir took some bold decisions and backed those bold decisions. So I think pushing Naren top of the order. It's not that Sunil Naren hasn't opened before. He had done that
Hmm.
before also. But this time, Gambhir came along and thought of something, doing something out of the box. He did that. It clicked. It might not have been. That is always a possibility. But Gambhir, that he took that bold decision, that shows that from the very beginning, Gambhir was ready to go all out. He knew that going by the motion will not serve the purpose. What they need to do is they need to do something extra, something different. And he did that. Now, that something different clicked, that is a different story. But you have to have that guts, you have to have that feeling, guts feeling that I can go with this. And Gambhir went with that. And now that he has showed the way, I think even if Gambhir will not be there, KKR can follow that thing. But at the same time, you have to also remember that next year is the big auction. So the auction will actually change everything. So we never
The
know
dynamics. Yes,
who will be
dynamics.
ending up where and how. So even Gambhir will not be there. This KKR will not be coming to the ground. So it will be different KKR also. So we can always predict things that it will be they will be carrying forward this momentum, this thing and everything. But you never know. It will be a totally different setup maybe, and everything might go for a haywire. But Gambhir has brought that thing. What I feel is that boldness and that gut feeling that go with it. Whatever you feel, go with it. And he has backed his players, all the players, very well.
No, the biggest principle which drives Gambhir is that a very looks very weak, very sublime, like I mean gentleman from the distance. I mean that guy has got so much of grit inside, and that grit actually carried him as a player. The way he pushed, you remember that the way he pushed Shane Watson while running between the wicket in one of the Test series at home. Uh, you just can't throw him, treat him like a junk. He's always made his impact wherever he's gone. I mean, the last 20 years that I've been watching Delhi cricket, the only time Delhi became champion when Gambhir was there. So he's got a championship DNA. I mean, probably India is very keen to use that. 2014, 27, 2027. I remember he was not part of the Indian team for the World Cup. Then he was picked. He was the main guy in the final match. He was not given man of the match. He was extremely unhappy. Then he went and I think played the World Cup final match also. It was brilliant. 2012, uh, he won the IPL for the first time. I remember talking to him. I said, people are against you. A lot of people don't want you to be the captain. But the fact that whatever success he has got, he definitely deserved to be the Indian captain, which was not given. But that time I remember Gautam Gambhir said, I'm the future Indian captain. I don't need anyone to support me. And he had that thing inside always. And that's probably rubbed on to the KKR camp, which was completely missing. They had the aggression, they had the muscle power, they had the muscle, everything. और मसलने का opposition को दम भी रखता था. But शायद that power, the only win. You go out there to win, nothing else. That really helped. Shakya, your thoughts?
Well, Gautam Gambhir has always given that vibe in Kolkata and now as a mentor as well. But it's a lot of multiple things that come together. The quality of personnel you have, the support from the owners, how your captain executes the plans on the field, because at the end of the day, the captain really matters. By that logic, there has been no greater match winner than Ricky Ponting. And Ricky Ponting is the coach of Delhi. He had very good players. He had very good players in Delhi. And he had the same Shreyas Iyer as a captain in Delhi when they did very well. And they let Shreyas Iyer go away. So I think the overall environment of the team makes a big difference. And again, I think Gambhir has been... I think it's a mixture of things. He was brought in, I think, to an extent. Chandrakant Pandit, as you said, has been this coach with a reputation, good, bad, successful. But somebody had to come and balance that out, which Gautam Gambhir did. And Shreyas Iyer's record as a captain is proven. I'm very, very happy to see the trophy in his hand. There's been Mahendra Singh Dhoni, Gautam Gambhir, Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, now Shreyas Iyer, the fifth Indian captain to win the IPL. So really, really good. And also about Shreyas Iyer, I think Delhi will be regretting letting him go. I don't know who was the genius in the Delhi setup who decided that he is not the person who should be leading them going forward. I have my theory that Rishabh Pant was made the captain.
Ajit Agarkar, I'm telling you, Ajit Agarkar.
That Rishabh Pant probably has more marketing, might be more marketable as a cricketer. Rishabh Pant is also the Indian vice captain. Well, vice captain when some players are not available. Shreyas Iyer was not in contention for that. But I think that Shreyas Iyer, I think the jury is out now, and he's one of the best leaders in the Indian setup right now. And thank you for telling me it was Ajit Agarkar. Ajit Agarkar was apparently behind his exclusion from the BCCI contracts.
Yes.
But I think Shreyas Iyer, for whatever he's gone through, I am really happy to see that man with the trophy in his hand, because he deserves it. And it's not just because of what he's gone through in the last 6 months. He has an entire IPL career as a captain to show that he's not a fluke. He has done very well as a captain with franchises which were struggling before that.
No, but let me tell you, for the viewers also, captaining an IPL side is as easy as you can think of. Everything is stage managed from outside, and Ochida would vouch for it also. You just have to go. There are only one or two captains I have seen who take their own calls, and they're the real boss, like MS Dhoni. But otherwise, you just have like Mumbai Indians. Everyone thinks, oh, Rohit Sharma, great captain. If he was such a great captain, we should have won at least 1 or 2 tournaments under him so far. I mean, we haven't won that. One more opportunity is getting. But there is a setup, huge entourage of coaches sitting there. Anything goes wrong, every ball there is directions coming from outside. You're just an artist. You're like what you call it, Katputli on the this thing. I want to take this point with Ochida. Am I right or wrong? If I say Shreyas Iyer was just a Katputli. The main captain was non-playing captain, like we have in Davis Cup, was Gautam Gambhir.
Yeah. It's of course always this battery of support staff you get to see. There are so many. You have Abhishek Nair, you have Bharat Tarun, you have Ryan Tendulkar, you have Gautam Gambhir. Everybody is chipping in. But there is one factor that I always consider is that on the field, whatever is been decided, that should be decided by the captain. If the captain is not been able to decide on that, then it will be a problem. But I feel that in that aspect, KKR has given that liberty to Shreyas Iyer, that whatever is happening on the field, it is under you. So you can do that. But yeah, always the instructions are coming from the dugouts, no doubt about that. But at the moment, the changing of a bowlers or something, instantly, that thing, I think Shreyas has handled quite well. Because whenever you are changing a bowler also, there might be a dissatisfaction from the bowler who has not been given the ball. So you have to handle that also, and the immediate responsibility lies with the captain to explain to that bowler that why I am changing you from that. You cannot say that somebody from the dugout has instructed me to do that. So Shreyas Iyer at least had handled that thing better. Means on-field captaincy, which is very important, and in T20 it is more important because there will be moments where the matches are changing very fast, and you have to handle it very fast. So Shreyas Iyer had been able to do that, and he has decided on his foot. That is very important.
All right, but I still felt from outside that it's Gautam Gambhir. I remember in LSG, they lost initial matches, and KL was the captain. This was in 22 when Gautam took over. He said, "I'm going to take over." But Gautam was a different kettle of fish. Probably being in Bengal, he was a lot calmer. He was sitting very not so expressive as we've seen him in Delhi. In Delhi, you have to be, otherwise they'll eat you up. And then hugging Kohli saying Gauti Bhai, all this respect. So it's leading to some way, leading to the point that okay, he's going to be the only guy applying for the coach today evening, in fact, early evening, 6 o'clock is the deadline to apply. He hasn't applied, he will be applying all the stuff is ready. It's a dialogue with Shah Rukh Khan. Probably he must have got up after his party. Heat stroke, of course, medication, this and antibiotics, and God knows what all things are going. He's a star. So there are people, entourage of people to look after him. And there are entourage of people to look after Gautam Gambhir as well. So how that meeting is happening today, very emotional. Was he crying to see Naja, to see Naja? I don't know what all things will be happening in those closed doors. Shakya, if you can throw us into that sort of a situation, imaginary situation. Hotel room.
I think, of course, I think Kolkata will not want him to go, but see, Gautam Gambhir has not been the he's not officially held a coaching role. He's been a mentor of both the teams he's been there, and he's obviously somebody who can look Chandrakant Pandit in the eye and look Andy Flower in the eye. Andy Flower, very, very proven coach before this. So that guy has something in him. Also, I think India is going to go through if he becomes the coach. If he becomes the coach, India is going to go through a transition phase with a lot of senior players, and we've seen in this IPL that there are some good young.
Please name them. Please name them. Please name them.
Abhishek Sharma.
Please name them. Please name them. Transition senior players who? Only two. Who? Only two. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
Jadeja as well.
No, Jadeja is number one. No. You can't get it wrong. I mean, Jadeja, whatever. He's your number one cricketer. He's always put his hand up. T20, ODI, Test. He's bowling, batting, fielding with same intensity. Jadeja can't be counted in that category. Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli.
Anyway, I mean, the fact of the matter is, I think at least Rohit Sharma should step away from T20 after this World Cup, and there are good young players coming through. You have to somehow accommodate Riyan Parag in the T20 side going forward. There is no way you should be keeping Riyan Parag out. And there are other players as well. So you need to start accommodating young players, at least in the T20 side. In the ODIs also, I think that, the position of, Virat has to continue performing. But Rohit, we need to look at Rohit Sharma. If he is right for ODIs as well. He's got an incredible ODI record. But at the age of 40, should he be playing that World Cup? But I think Gautam Gambhir, coming to the point about Gautam Gambhir, I think Gautam Gambhir is a decisive guy. He's a firm guy. He will definitely have his plans ready for a transition phase. In Indian cricket in the limited overs. Test cricket, I think we're still fine. But for limited overs, I think Gautam Gambhir will definitely come with his plans. Let's see who takes it up. I mean, we've been hearing voices from a lot of coaches saying that one coach is foreign coach who's a coach in an IPL team has said he wants to spend time with his family. Another coach has said that the pressure in coaching India is much greater than coaching an IPL team. So we'll see who wants to take it up. We've heard reports that VVS Lakshman is not very keen on the coaching job as well. So let's see if Gautam Gambhir takes it up.
All right. But Gautam is 42, Orchida. And I was just seeing, and Saurav also became president of BCCI in the 40s. So what happens is, it's like a youngster coming out of school and is given an iPhone, is given a car, is given everything. So what will happen when he's in 40s? What sort of urge would be there inside? He's a rich kid. His father is a rich man. So I was just wondering, if you get all these things, Gautam has a lot of years left also. You can probably do a world of good to KKR and continue. But we are short on candidate. How about Sourav Ganguly, another Kolkata Knight Riders cricketer? I can say because he was from Kolkata. So Kolkata Knight Riders cricketer, former captain of KKR, Sourav Ganguly. He won't apply. We know he won't apply.
Actually, the thing is, I will say
his exact spot was that to become India's coach, not BCCI president, in my opinion. Am I right or wrong?
Yes. His first interest was to be the India coach. He has expressed that desire many a times among close quarters, and even among talking with the Kolkata media.
He told me, Ochida, on record. I've interviewed him after I did a free hit show with him, and he said on record, I said, TV host, TV hosting, administration, and what all things he was doing. IPL he was doing. I said, which is closest to your heart? He said, coaching any day. I like winning and losing. That spirit is going out
Yeah.
there with the team. He's always loved his cover drive. Plays it straight with a straight bat. You can't play a cover drive without having a straight bat. Cricket is so intriguing, so captivating. It's amazing. I mean, this game has so much. And the main thing, the bat has to come straight. And Saurav is not liked by many in his team. But your thoughts? Saurav would have been a perfect, right? A choice. So Gautam is
Saurav,
only 42.
no doubt about that. Saurav is one of the greatest strategists, and he has a very great cricketing mind. And I have seen him from close quarters, how he have observed a player hitting just two balls in the net, and he will say that whether this guy has it in him or not. So cricketing brain wise, I think in India, Saurav comes in the top three, or no doubt about that. But there are so many other issues also goes to be India coach. You all know that, and Saurav you himself said that he will not be applying, and he will not apply. So the interest should come from the other end actually. And I am sorry to say it will not be coming this time, and not in the near future maybe also. So Saurav has to wait. He's maybe
Saurav has
a
to
bit
wait.
later, no doubt about
All
that.
right, Saurav has to wait.
Indranil,
Shakir, your thoughts?
Indranil, the thing about Gambhir is, again, as I said, as well, that he has not been the coach. He's not got any formal coaching qualifications as of now. And you don't need to be a high-profile player. Sometimes not being a combative figure can actually work to the benefit of the side. If you look at Australia's current coach, Andrew McDonald, not a very well-known. He played about 4 Test matches. But he had done a wealth of coaching in first-class cricket, in T20 cricket, before he then was the assistant coach of the Australian side, before he became the Australian coach. And Justin Langer, who was a combative guy in the Gambhir mold, was the coach of the Australian side. There were conflicts between him and the players. And Andrew McDonald was a balance between what the Australian players and so that he got a balance there. So, but of course, I think from all the contenders, Gambhir looks to be
Number
a
one.
front runner. John Wright is an example of someone who wasn't very high profile but got fantastic results with the Indian team. Greg Chappell, high profile, did not get the same kind of results. Gary Kirsten, again, very good cricketer, but not a very low profile, not a very high profile personality. He gets the results. Duncan Fletcher also, I mean, unfortunately, wasn't as successful as some of the other players. So from what I have seen, India looks for a somewhat lower profile candidate. When they took a high profile candidate like Greg Chappell, it did not really work out very well.
So you mean to say Gautam Gambhir is low profile?
He's not low profile. That's what I'm trying to say. And he's not actually been a head coach as yet.
All right. There's some connection problem with Orchida, but I mean, come to think of it, this is very interesting how talking about low profile coaches. So Orchida, Gautam Gambhir becoming the coach could lead to a lot of disaster. A lot of people are saying in Delhi. Your thoughts? You think it'll really work like a magic for Team India because he's got that championship DNA, whatever they call it. They give it to Australians most of the time. Your thoughts?
I think this time the challenge will be different for Gambhir, because what Shakko has pointed out is very relevant. This will be a transition phase for Indian cricket. So handling a team at the transition phase is very different than handling a well-settled team. You have to take some hard calls. Gautam Gambhir is capable of doing those, but you have to see how the hard calls will affect the team, because if you are removing some well-tested and seasoned cricketers from the side, it will not go down well, maybe in many quarters. There will be pressure both from inside and from outside. You have to handle those pressure also. And also you have to look after players, bring up players who you feel is capable to lead or play for India in the coming years. So your job is double-handed, because you have to also look after those who may not fit in your scheme of things, and also bring in those who you feel has the capability to play for India in the coming days. So it's a very
All right.
dicey.
In a way, let there be some lights. In your room also, you need some light, Orchida. I think power cut.
And the
Uh,
lights went out.
yes, because too much of consumption, power consumption, because the heat is on. Really, I mean, Indian cricket is going to take a very massive call tonight. I mean, not tonight. They'll probably get the names. Hopefully, they sort of come out with a press release. These are the kind of people who applied. They never do it. Last time, Shakya only Dravid applied and he became the coach. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they follow
No,
this process, but whatever. It's been
you know
a
what?
wonderful journey. Yeah, sorry. You
No,
want to
no,
say
what I'm saying
something?
for the coach thing is that there's always the Greg Chappell example to be wary
And
of,
gone.
to be wary of
True.
that somebody is forcing their ideas onto a host of senior players. Greg Chappell wanted a lot of young players who went on to represent India. I think he had a liking for Suresh Raina and Dinesh Karthik. They did play for India,
True.
but he wanted it didn't go very smoothly because players like Sehwag and Harbhajan and many others, Saurav Ganguly being the best example of it, he had a tiff with the great Sachin Tendulkar as well. So I mean, Sachin Tendulkar has not come out in the open and been critical of too many people, but he came out lashing out at Greg Chappell. So
True.
we don't want a scenario like that. And Greg Chappell had great cricketing credentials as a cricketer. So I mean, Gautam Gambhir may, if you bring him in as a coach, he may have to take a little bit of a back seat, because it can't be him captaining from the sidelines, which I'm told Greg Chappell tried to do when he was the Indian coach. You can't have it like that. He'll have to be a little bit underplayed compared to what he does with the franchise teams.
All right, we'll see what happens. But Orchida, thanks a lot. You've been amazing in this while coming on cricket calling and giving your thoughts. You've been quite regular. Thanks a lot for that, and shows your love for the game, how committed you are. And light is also back, which is why when as I was talking, there was a halo, halo around your head. So yeah, so hello light, hello light, whatever. But it was good. It was good being on this, doing a show with you, and Shakya also always enthusiastic to talk about cricket. Abhijit sir also is missing. He's gone to London, parked himself there, having a holiday. It's too hot to be here actually. I wish I could buy a ticket and go to London. All of us could go cricket calling. It was an amazing journey. Talking through the IPL games was absolutely brilliant. Thanks a lot. Take care. Drink a lot of water and stay happy. Thank you for watching Cricket Corner. Bye.